Such a creepy start to a creepy game. Hello, my friends, and welcome to Penumbra Overture. Ooh. With your host, BortShow. So, man, this game, it is an absolute walk to memory lane. I cannot wait to play this. I can't. So, let's start jumping in. Ooh, we got difficulties. And you know how this channel goes. If you've been here before, you know how we take it. For the story began in very year 2000. Oh, I'm just gonna jump in straight in. This is basically from the same creators of Amnesia.
I'm not going to make the same mistakes my father made. Howard vanished from my mother's life before I was even in it. So when he sent me a letter a few days after Mum's funeral, it was the first I'd ever heard from him. Pity he was dead. Writing from beyond the grave must be a genetic habit in my bloodline. His letter contained a key, instructions, pleas for forgiveness. I figured the dead don't have much use for absolution, so I turned to his prophetic passing, which he inexplicably expected to come any day. Clearly averse to explanations, my father preferred to leave directions to a bank on Mayfair I'd never even heard of. In that bank was a safety deposit box in his name, and myself as executor. Of course, I went, as he knew I would. I discovered that despite the evidence, he'd been legally declared dead almost 30 years ago, and so the old book and collection of notes I found had, in the eyes of the law, been mine all this time. My father's instructions were to burn the documents, raise no further questions. But that was his error. No man's immune to the shameful trappings of curiosity, and my humanity got the better of me. The university I taught at was world renowned for two things: physics and linguistics. I represented the first, and the man who stood for the second was stumped by my recent acquisition. The book was indecipherable. The notes, however, showed a location somewhere in uninhabited northern Greenland. It took me almost a year to book the last flight I'd ever taken. As I watched civilization disappear along with Heathrow, I realised my father had disappeared 3 decades ago, almost to the day, and I considered in turn what it was that I was leaving behind. We landed on a strip of ice a few feet wide, and within minutes I was pulling away on a chartered boat, beginning the 12-hour journey that would lead me into my past.
Into my past. That's so weird, you know? That's so weird. To his past. That's so interestingly curious. Like, I'm already like, whoo. I'm sorry, I'm thirsty. I'm drinking my water. Finally, you're almost docked. I better stow my gear. I may be far from home, but the chances I can still pick things up using left mouse? I can take a closer look at things with the right mouse. Jack Daniels! Okay. Always good to have a notebook and to jot down interesting information and reminders. I think I left my torch in the desk drawer next to the bed. It can be opened using the left mouse on it, holding the button on down the... Okay, I already know what I'm doing. Whoop! This is so cool. I'm certain that this map is good decades or so out of date, but landmarks don't change much in Greenland, so I've got a pretty decent idea of where I'm heading. Can you... Yeah. Whee! Look! I got the land. Oh, whoa! That was a lag spike. Yeah, the game is old as sin. Let me see if I can open it. Ow. Open! Dang it. I got weak little arms. No, put it back. Put it back. I don't want it. I want to open this. God. What'd it say? Pretty odorous. Glad I'm getting out of here soon. They must eat, sleep, and, well, do everything else in this room for weeks at a time. Well, you You can't really do anything about it. I'm seeing something that I'm probably gonna censor. Does it move? Does it have physics? Oh, that's so cool. For an old game, man. Okay. Now, where's the emergency glow stick? I should unlock it. Okay. Oh, cool. That's so cool. I love that. Okay. So I imagine this key from an old padlock. I already can't tell it's for this. I always try with a padlock and key, preferably mine is in the inventory. There it is. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so cool. What is that? What is this? What's in here? I've never seen that before, but okay. Oh. So if something happens, basically I could use that as an emergency light. Put your batteries. Let me see if there's anything in here. From the smell, I'd say the equal chance to use this chest for personal belongings or bait. Gimme! Open! Ah! Alright. Let's see. Did I get everything? To-do list? Nothing on to-do list. Notes? Nothing in my notes. Okay, so I just gotta grab my coat and leave, right? As I stepped off the boat, setting out into the blizzard that had formed around me, I realized how utterly devoted I'd been to the discovery of my father's past. I had no idea what to expect. Soon enough, my concerns were justified. I don't know whether I lost my orientation or my spirit first, but I lost feeling in my extremities soon after. A new hypothermia was setting in. I started looking for shelter. Man, this is Wimby! So cold, I don't know where I am. Need shelter soon. Yeah, I believe so. We gotta go. My entire head went numb a long time ago. I can still hear the wind roaring past or some kind of animal in the distance. That's a wolf. That's not good. What in the heck is that? I don't care. I need a shelter. It looks frozen shut. I need something to break it. Maybe there's something over here? I don't like that. Yes, there is something. If I click and hold the ledge, pick up a rock, hold made and weak. I can still throw things using salmon. I gotta move. Get in! Oh god, I gotta open it. Eee! There! I gotta do everything. Woo! Woo! That's crazy. Well, we managed to get into shelter. Oh, ow, that did not sound pleasant. What? Who was speaking right now? Jeez, my head. I can't believe I fell that far and survived. Although looking around, maybe what is this place? I've been looking wooden barrel. Could be anything inside of it. Can I pick it up? Empty box of ammunition. What is this place? Ooh! We're not doing too hot. Oh, wow. I should have known the rusty old ladder wouldn't hold my weight. But I didn't have any choice. I'd rather die down here than suffer the cold any longer. Yeah, you can put some barrels on top of that, you know? Like, you could try again and walk out, you know? Like, come on. Yeah, you ain't gonna do that. Okay. Ooh, what is this? A steel rod to defend myself? Ew, a flare. What's over here? More flares. Nice. What is this for? What can I use this for? Okay. Woo! It's super dark. I can see everything. But you guys can't. So I'm gonna have... Give me a second. How dark is it? Oh my god, it's super dark. Okay. I just noticed it before we continue on. This game looks much darker than what I'm seeing on my screen. So before we continue, I'm gonna increase the for quality of life reasons, okay? Oh my god, it's still freaking dark. I'm just gonna go a little higher. That's as high as it can go. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna stick with the flashlight. Let's see. I can swing this hammer. If I hold left mouse, I can make a backswing by pulling the mouse right, then follow through pushing left, and the opposite works too. Pulling back, then thrusting forward produces a step. Reckon if I hold down the right after backswing, I should still be able to look around. Huh? Okay, I already got this. I'm good. G is right next to that one, but I am gonna be putting this right here and this one right here, because just in case. Oh! Ow! Woo! We can break stuff! Nice. Okay, there's nothing in there. Get! Break! God dang it! Okay. This is so cool. This game is so old and creaky. What is this? Oh, I can move this. Oh! I found a spot. Pretty soft now. Let me see. Oh. Maybe I can make my own way. Yeah, come on. Come on. Get in. It didn't work. This is so cool, I can break stuff. Yeah! Whoa! Ooh. What is this? Someone always wanted to keep it. I just heard something in there. I did not like the sound of it. Man, I'm probably gonna be cutting this a little bit. Okay. It turns blue when we're sneaking. Okay. Alright, I already know what this is for. So, I'm gonna... boop. And... come on. Come on. Alright. Whatever I was descending into, it was 100 feet below ground, protected by two solid metal hatches, located in a remote Arctic wilderness and buried beneath the snow. I didn't know what to expect, but it made me feel something I hadn't felt since I was a child. I never given it too much thought before, but I realized that our entire society is a network of safety nets, emergency services at the end of a phone line, health and safety in the workplace, friends, family, lovers, all there. If something goes wrong, part of a carefully designed structure to prevent all but the most mundane of emotions. Once again, I felt like I did when I was in school, surrounded by a close ring of older kids, knowing anyone that might help me. Friends, parents, teachers were too scared or too far away. Stuck. I'm trapped. I need to get out. There could be anything living down here. Except for Hollywood actors and fairy tales. I'm not taking any chances. If I face off against anything down here, I won't last a second. Caution and stealth are my only defenses now. If anyone or anything hears me, I'd best of staying low and out of sight until I know whether it is not a threat. Crouching, pressing left control will give me the chance to hide in the shadows. I'll know I've got the right because of this blue tint to my vision. Plus, I should be quiet enough that I won't be heard unless something's right on top of me. Better remember to shut off any light sources, though. Why he's saying that now? My best bet is to hide for a couple of seconds, so perfectly still. That'll make me probably hidden. Okay. Okay, this is bad. Like what? I'm virtually invisible. Workshop. Okay, so we're right here. Explosives. Workshop storage. Okay. So we want to go to the offices. So let's do that. Okay. We must be all there's still some to be some juice left. Yeah, we need to find any sorts of light that we can work with. Even if it means working with old lamps. Ah! My ears. Oh, look, it's a chest. I need a key. Great. Let's see what we got in here. Whoa, what is that? Painkiller. We're good. We're healthy now. Alright. Woo! What is that? Beef jerky. Nothing in there. Alrighty. Ooh, beef jerky. Beef jerky, not without aroma. I prefer a first aid, but at least if I'm injured, I can grin and bear it. Get out of my way. What was that? I don't like that, man. Ooh. Cohen Post, Monday, 17th August in 1930. Psychotropic deposit at the bottom of Death Mine. Researchers at the University in Copenhagen has suggested that the mine-altering chemicals naturally soon into the rock may be the cause of high suicide rates at a Greenland mine. The university, which has recently been conducting studies into isolated communities, first became interested in the workers of the northwestern lead mine last year. They discovered that even taking into account Greenland's naturally higher suicide rate, local figures for the last 100 years were abnormally high at 46 deaths per 1,000 populace, compared to the national average of 29. On further investigation, expert signals in many of minors symptoms in common with the earlier stages of paranoid schizophrenia. This is a prompted research to a hypothesis that natural deposits of lysergic acid of pH 4 formerly recently discovered to have hallucinogenic properties may be present in the rocks. Few locals have conducted to the interview were conducive to the interview, but those who agreed to speak had their own explanation. Invit spirits known as the Torngate live in the mountains. The university is awaiting the results of chemical testing in the studies. Okay. Oh, Common Bunker Emergency Airship Zulu Weekly Report. 15 August 1945. Another remarkable week in Greenland. Regular supply shipments received, standard emergency drills carried out. Routine runway maintained completed. I have ordered maintenance to be carried out twice weekly from here on in due to increased snowfall. One wounded figure is no cause for concern. Back in London, the Germans have extended their front line by 4,000 miles. 2 of my men were caught manufacturing cherry bombs in our workshop and / armory, and succeeded in blowing off a couple of fingers. I take a partial responsibility for this, in that I allowed them access to the demolitions manual we keep in the storeroom. I'm sure that that's where they learned the ingredients. As a precautionary measure, I have now locked all but manual that manual in the chest in my office. I will keep a key in my person at all times. Needless to say, both men have been disciplined and the injured man has been sent home for medical care. I cannot help but think that a more suitable punishment would have been for him to stay out here. But the matter is out of my hands. This base is so disconnected, sometimes I feel as if this war could end and we might not even hear about it out here. Supplies requisition order. Dynamite excavation purposes, 7 bayonets. Not necessary in my opinion, but procedure states we should have a full complement. 1 industrial ice pick for moving the ice that forms on the external hatch. I already saw that. 1 pair of reading glasses, category 7C, an order for myself. My glasses are in rather poor state of repair and could do with a replacement. Conditioning of mine continues to progress. The structure is being fortified for potential bomb damage. Excavation for previous caved-in areas is going ahead. 1 point of curiosity, some kind of archaeological find. An artifact buried in the earth and discovered by one of our work teams. Later this evening, after marshal's duty, I shall take a closer look at the artifact. It appears to be man-made and may have working parts inside. I shall remove what looks like the front cover and see if I can discover the source of the light which constantly emits from it. Chief NC M. Major. Is this what he's talking about? Whoa! An old man clutching something unseen. He is strange, and yet he's no stranger. Never seen before. Still, I know this man before me is Howard, and I call him Father. Ark, what the hell? What just happened? I don't know if that was such a good idea. Well, that was a good idea because we just saved. So the office is our safe room. Ew! Batteries? Why are there batteries in this location? Alright. Backstrom. Picture of a British platoon. It must date back to the World War II. I suppose this mine was converted into some kind of bunker. Okay. Man, this is so cool. And this is very true. Okay. Prepare my ears! Ah! Ow! I don't like this. Going the other way. Sorry for it being so dark. I might cut these areas that there's nothing. Okay, workshop. Okay, so let's see. As some form of weapon if I have to defend myself. Okay. So we are here. We're trying to get to the workshop. Okay. Okay, let's check out this next area. I heard something and I did not like it. Let's go to the storage. Let's see what's in the storage. All right. Here we go. Oh. Oh. Please don't crash. Ow. I don't like that sound. Zippo lighter, but it's empty. That means there's someone still inside. Here, shattering. Thank God I may have. I used one of these, might as well use it. Papers and rusty nails. Locked. Depot's empty. Crew scorched writing spider. Okay. Some kind of trap door. I can't see where it would be. Okay. What is this? Okay. There's some. This can be moved. Wait a minute. Oh, it's a trap door. Okay. Okay. Oh wow, painkillers. Man, this thing. I'm gonna save right here. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'd rather save. Like, honestly, man, different but the same. The time, like I had more control, but over what? I don't know, buddy. I don't know. Okay, let's see what we got in here. I hear skittering, and I'm not a fan. What is that whispering? Ooh. Alright. Okay. Alright. Alright. There's a lot happening here. There's a lot happening here. There's a lot happening here. So, I'm gonna leave it here. Oh, wow. It's dying out. Well, that's great. I'm gonna leave it here. I don't know much of what's going on, but I am excited. Oh, that looks so pretty. This is much prettier. And this one lasts forever, I believe. A little ghoulish, but I shouldn't be a decent fallback if the torch cuts out. Where's the batteries? Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it here. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day or night, and I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. So, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya. Me.